in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 questions that you should integrate into your Facebook group if you want to land anywhere from $1,000 to $40,000 clients. Okay, this is my Facebook group that we've got pulled up on the screen here. You can head to www.jacobcaris.com/group if you aren't already a member. If this is our first time meeting, welcome to the channel. We help people build and grow a community and then monetize that into high ticket coaching, consulting, or affiliate sales. And we do it in a really unique way, which actually allows us to eliminate phone calls and strategy sessions like most people in the industry are doing. Okay, in this video in particular, I want to share with you the 3 questions that we use for people entering the group, which helps us generate warm leads. Okay, and I would recommend that you immediately go and implement these into your own group, or if you're looking to set one up, make sure that you're including them. Okay, so we're on the main page of the group here. We come down the left hand side and we want to go to membership questions. Okay, now if you don't already have them filled out, you'll be able to click create, and there's 3 that I want you to use. And I want you to use some variation of these. Okay, we'll actually experiment with different ones from time to time. These are the 3 that there's 2 main ones, and then the third one you've got a bit of flexibility with, and I'll talk about why. Okay, so the very first one is, this community is run in conjunction with daily emails from Jacob. There's no point having one without the other. Please enter your best email below to access the group and subscribe to his daily email newsletter. So the first one that we want to be asking is enter your email. Okay, pretty self-explanatory. We want to be growing an email list. Having a community like this is fantastic, but you ultimately don't own it. Facebook does, right? So we want to be collecting the email information on the way through the front door to the group so that we're building an asset that we own. Okay, that one's really simple, and then you can pair it with email. One cool thing that you can do with email is, if you are going live in the group, if you've put up a post, if you've created a resource, you can email out to your list, send them a link, push them over to the group. That'll drive up more engagement on the posts on Facebook, which feeds the algorithm, and then you're going to get more reach there as well. Just helps to make sure they don't miss any of the content that you're putting time and effort into in the group. So make sure you're using that for the first one. Okay, I'm going to jump to number 3, and then I'm going to talk to you about number 2. Okay, and it'll make sense why. Number 3 is what we call our hand raiser question. Okay, so like I mentioned off the top of the video, we help course creators, coaches, and affiliates make $100K to $1 million plus per year with a free Facebook group and a simple PDF offer doc. Okay, so this is kind of our unique approach, right? A lot of people, there's other people out there that teach Facebook groups. There's no one else that really does it the way we do. We leverage a process that I call invitation selling, which allows us to eliminate phone sales altogether, even for multi 5-figure packages. It's really, really cool. And so when people are entering the group, we ask them, would you like us to get in touch and talk to you about how this works and how it could potentially work for you as well? Okay, and you get a really, really high percentage of people that will say yes. Okay, so the second question that I want to make sure you've got is some type of hand raiser question that gives people the opportunity to raise their hand and say, yeah, get in touch with me, I'm interested in this thing and I'd like you to reach out. Okay, then you can, with permission, slide into their DMs and say, hey, saw your request to join the group, just got you in, or you'll be added shortly by the team. I noticed you wanted me to get in touch about X, Y, and Z. Can you tell me a little bit about your situation, and we can go from there. That's literally the message we'll send. They'll come back with information about their situation and we'll take it from there. Okay, we've got other videos on the channel about having messenger conversations. Okay, so that's the second one, and that's really, 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 really critical. Okay, because there's tons of lead generation strategies once folks are in the group, more than most people realize. But this is a great one to get the people who are coming through the front door and want information now. Okay, now here's the thing to keep in mind with this question and the people that come off this. If they're brand new to you and your world, they may not be ready to buy right now. Okay, you need to be comfortable with the fact that they may not immediately convert into a client, but what they are is another person in your pipeline. Okay, so the goal here isn't necessarily to immediately convert everybody into a client. Some will, but what we really do want to do is add them to the pipeline and have a meaningful conversation with them, either you or your team, so that now they're going to be more likely to pay attention to the content in the group. The other thing that happens is if you have a conversation with them in Messenger, provide some resources about how you do things, maybe even show them your offer, they're now going to be consuming the content in your group, your posts, your lives, whatever you're doing, with a different lens, right? They've got a lot more context now about what you do, how you help people, what your offer looks like, what the next step looks like, your overall methodology, your style, your approach, all these kind of things. So they're a more educated lead now, who's consuming your content in the group. Okay, so one reason, you're getting more leads, you're adding them to your pipeline. Another reason, some will convert, but a big reason is that we're building out that pipeline of people who are going to be active in the group and are going to consume with a really educated lens, because they know what we do, how we help people, the results we get, all that kind of stuff, right? So that's the big one. That can generate you a lot of money if you put that question in, you actively grow your group, and you're consistent with building the pipeline off the back of people who raise their hand on that question. Okay, so that's the second one I want to make sure you're integrating. And then this third one here, which is question 2, but it's the third one. This is the one you can play around with a little bit. Okay, so we serve a couple of different markets at the moment. We've got stuff that helps coaches, course creators, consultants, and affiliates. So it's helpful for us to know which one of those people the individual joining the group is. Okay, helps us when we get in touch, because we have different masterminds for different markets, and so it's really it's important for us to know: are you a coach, are you a course creator, consultant, or are you an affiliate? Okay, if you've got a slightly more narrow market, you could twist this question into something that's really helpful for you. The other ones we've run in here, for example, for our business are: how much are you currently making and how much do you want to be making? So that'll tell us if someone's a complete beginner, if they're already in motion, if they've got big goals, if they've got small goals, if their goals align with what we can help people do, all those kind of things. But this last one, you can get really flexible with. You can experiment with a bunch of different things based on the information that is beneficial to you. The other one that we've tested in here over the time is: how did you hear about us? Okay, and this will pull up some surprising information. If you are out there doing different interviews, if you're running ads, if you're on YouTube, on TikTok, if you're on your Facebook profile, if you've got different traffic sources, try out a question for at least a month or two to get enough data and say, how did you hear about this group? Right? It's going to tell you the platform that they've come from, or if Facebook's recommending your group, they'll tell you that as well. So it's really, really helpful data to know what of your marketing efforts are causing the group to grow, and then that can give you a bit of an indication of what you should double down on. Right? You should also pay, if you are going to start tracking things like that, you should also pay attention to where your clients are coming from. So not just your leads, but which leads are converting into clients, and then trace that back to the source, because you might find that 80% of your leads are coming from Instagram to your Facebook group, and then they're buying. That's an amazing data point that we should be going harder on Instagram. Then you can reinvest more of your profits into that platform, grow the group more, and you'll see growth. Okay, so really, really helpful data point. All right, so let's quickly recap. First one, we want to be capturing email. Second one, we want to be having some kind of hand raiser to get in touch, give them information about how we help people, not necessarily for the goal of selling immediately, although that will happen, but to build out that pipeline and to make them more likely to consume and interact with our stuff, and then potentially buy down the road. And then the third one's kind of a wild card, and you can experiment based on the information that you want to gather. A couple of ideas: what bucket does the prospect fit into in terms of what you do? What's their current situation and what are their goals? Or how did they hear about you? Test those couple of ones. It'll give you a bit of data, and then you can decide what's best for you, or maybe you've got another idea. All right, go and use these. It'll really, really help with new people coming into the group every day, and you'll be able to turn them into clients over time as well. Okay, if you want help with all this stuff, you can join our group. Like I said, you can head to my website, jacobcaris.com, and we can connect in this group. And then we can see if we can help you out with growing your consulting business, coaching business, course business, or affiliate marketing business. All right. Appreciate you hanging out with me in this one. I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.